My name is Candy J. I am a certified clinical sexologist through the Dr. Rachel Institute and the American Colleges of Sexology. I am a relationship coach and life coach. I specialize in putting the oohs and the ahs back into your relationship, but I do that by helping you to foster better communication in your relationship. I do premarital and marital counseling, dating after divorce, dealing with infidelity, domestic violence, um, and so much more. So that you can go to my website and find out more about me. But today, I just wanted to talk to you about domestic violence. Um, as a survivor of domestic violence, it has become part of my mission and my testimony to make sure that other people are not staying in the same situation, that you can get out. And let me just share a little bit about my story. So, as a kid, I was taught, never let a man put his hands on you. Leave that situation. Do all of those things, right? Okay. But when I was about 21, I met this man, and there weren't a lot of signs, but there were a couple of signs that told me maybe this can be an abusive situation. I'll remember we had been dating for a year. We moved in together, and he got so mad at me about something. I don't even remember what the argument was about, but he punched a hole in the wall. Boom. I'm leaving, and went on to his mom's house, and I was just like, why would you do that? I mean, better you not hit me than the wall, right? But why would you do something like that? I was always taught to talk out my feelings and emotions and work things out. So that's how I became a peacemaker, right? And so we went on. After a few things happened, we got married. Well, the very first time he put his hands on me, he'd accused me of cheating. I wasn't a cheater. Um, I was going to school and working, and we both worked overnight. And so, when you're at school, I was a proud student at UTA, University of Texas at Arlington, and we would stay up late, studying or playing games or whatever the case may be, college life, right? But I was married too. And so he accused me of cheating with someone that was an officer in this group that I'm in the singing group that I was in. I was actually the president of this singing group. And so, sometimes we would be having late night meetings or whatever in the halls, just whatever. And so I remember one day I came home. I was late. I was late coming home, and he was waiting on me because I had called him. I think I called him from someone else's phone, and to let him know I was running late. And he just was like, "Well, when you get there, I won't be there." I said, "Huh." Okay, so I raced home, got home, and he was like, "So you cheating on me? You cheating on me?" And at the time, I always wore glasses. And if you notice in most videos, sometimes I wear glasses, sometimes I don't. But the ones that I wear now are never prescription. I always have contacts in my eyes. So let me tell you why. The first time this happened to me, he got mad at me, and right? It was the hard enough to knock me into the wall. My glasses went flying over one way. I went flying over the TV the other way. And I was just on the floor in shock. Like, why would you? And mind you, keep in mind, guys, I'm not a violent person. I'm not one to throw things. I'm not going to punch you. I'm not going to fight with you, like not physically fight with you. Now, if we're yelling at each other, okay, that might be something else. But at that point, I'm just trying to talk him down. But once he did that, I was just sitting on the floor like in shock. And oh, now you done made me slap you like some two-bit hoe. Okay. So we run downstairs, we race out of the house, and he gets into his car. I get into my car. I had blocked him in so that, if he did try to leave, that we could talk. But no, he almost backed up into my car. So I just pulled off and we're racing, and I knew where he was going. So I was going behind him, whatever. And so after that point, we went to his mom's house, and she was like, no, we don't hit, blah, 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 blah. And, just making sure that he didn't put his hands on me again. Well, we went to counseling, and I thought things were going to get better, right? Well, we had moved into this new apartment. This is maybe a year later. We moved into this new apartment. I had found some things on his phone to indicate that he was cheating. And so I called the girl. I sure did. And she said, oh, I don't know who you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. But she immediately called him. And when he got home, because I had sent a message to him saying, I won't be here when you get back. When he got home, I was still there because I was trying to pack up some things. And oh, so you calling folks now? So you calling folks now? Took off his watch, changed into a wife beater, and literally choked me and hit me, right? So at that point, again, my glasses go flying, right? And I start to call 911. He breaks my phone. I'm trying to get out the house. He won't let me out the house. I don't have any glasses on. I can't drive no way without my glasses. And so I'm sitting on the couch crying, and we're trying to work it out. We're just sitting there trying to work it out. Eventually, I did leave, and I moved into my own apartment. Well, at my new apartment, we were trying to work things out. I'm married at this point, right? So I'm trying to work it out. Well, he shows up to my apartment one day, and I guess he thinks I'm in there with somebody. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I didn't open the door. I didn't open the door at all. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, not opening the door. And so, some kind of way, a couple of weeks later, we just decided we're going to work it out. And maybe a year later, again, mind you, I was married for 15 years. So maybe a year later, we had moved into a new apartment again. And I think that at this point, he had lost his job. And I know that that can be a frustrating time, but you don't need to take it out on your significant other. And I remember I was coming home with some chicken, and he said he hadn't been able to reach me because he was calling me. But I was watching TV on my phone. And at the time, the type of phone that I had and the service that I had, if you're watching TV on your phone, you don't receive phone calls. So I didn't know he got called. So I get to the house, and he's like, why you ain't answer the phone? Da, 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 da. And his best friend was there and whatnot. And so he wouldn't say anything to me after that. Like, why didn't you answer the phone? He wouldn't listen to nothing I had to say. So he just walked around in silence. And so his homeboy was like, oh, I'm about to go. And so he's walking his homeboy out, and he don't say anything else to me. So he had closed the door, and I opened the door, and I was like, you bastard. Like, you can never want to work things out. You never want to talk things out, right? I closed the door, locked it. This man took this door off the hinges. And if any of you were around while my story, during the time that I was married, my husband was 6'4", 300 and some odd pounds. And he literally took this door off the hinges, came in, boom. I knocked into the glass sliding door. I picked up my music stand because I play the flute. I picked up my music stand, and I was going to hit him with it, but his best friend came and pulled him out and told him to get out, right? And so I raced down 30, and I was just trying to go somewhere where someone would take care of me. And so I went to my best friend and just kind of talked it out. And so we separated at that point for, I don't know, over a year. And I was really hoping that we'd get it together. But at some point, um, you got to realize that you're not going to get it together, right? So I got pregnant. I don't know, it was 2014. Got pregnant in 2014. So by this time it's 2016, I believe, and we had my son. And y'all know I'll be talking about Colin G Chronicles. Well, Colin had to be he was getting ready to turn 2 at the time. And I remember that we had an argument about moving because we were trying to move into a bigger house. And I know that he wasn't working at the time. And so I remember having an argument about it before I got home. So when I got home, I was like, you know what? You're hostile. I don't want to be in this environment right now. Me and the baby are going to go down the street to my bestie's house. He didn't want me to go nowhere. It's too cold outside. It was October. It's too cold outside. It's not too cold outside. I can put on him some clothes, but I'm going to go because I don't want to be in this environment right now. You're not taking my kid anywhere. And mind you, I'm being calm, but I was like, no, we are going. And I remember the conversation got heated, and I know better at this point. So I know to stay away, ways away from him. Before things escalate, right? So I'm standing all the way over here. He closed the gap, put his hand around my throat, slammed me into the wall, and he continued to choke me. And I just remember just praying, like, God, please let me make it. Just please let me make it. And I remember Colin was in the background, and he turned around and said, "Mama." And I think that that's what triggered him to release me. So he slammed me to the floor. And so, at this point, I'm trying to call the police. I'm trying to call his mom. I'm trying to call everybody. I'm sending out a SOS to my besties on Marco Polo and all of these things, right? And so at the end of the day, that was the last time. That was the final straw. And we divorced that year. I believe this was 2017. So our divorce was final the next year. But there was numerous times that I could have chosen to get out, right? I could have completely left him alone. Love will make you do some crazy things, right? Stay with people that you just know that you're not supposed to be with, stay in toxic relationships. And so I say all that to say this. That one of the reasons why I specialize in domestic violence is so that I can help someone else get out of the situation that they're in. If you know somebody that is going through this situation, help them. Whether it be to get an exit strategy, to find a resource for them in a women's shelter, a bad women's shelter, or calling me and getting therapy after the fact, after you've gotten out. Whatever it may be, don't stay in this situation. Don't be silent anymore. You don't have to take the abuse. And don't get it twisted. It can be physical, emotional, verbal abuse, but it is abuse. So make sure that if you're watching this and you know somebody that needs help, pass this along. If you're watching it and it's you that needs help, I'm here for you. Call the number at the bottom of the screen and I will get you together. And if I can't help you, I'm going to find somebody that can. So, again, my name is Candy J, and this has been my domestic violence story. Not to depress you, not to make you feel sorry for me, but to save someone's life, and it might be yours. Have a great day.